Once upon a time, deep in the heart of a lush green jungle, there lived a family of elephants. Among them was a baby elephant named Tuli. Now, Tuli wasn't like the other baby elephants. While they romped and played, she spent her time observing the world around her. Her favorite thing to do was to ask endless questions. Why did the monkeys swing from tree to tree? Why did the colorful butterflies flutter around? And why did the sun set every evening? Tuli wanted to understand everything. The adult elephants, they had their own jobs to do, gathering food, protecting the herd, and keeping an eye out for danger. So they didn't have time for Tuli's endless questioning. Whenever Tuli asked a question, they would chuckle and say, "Ah, Tuli, you'll learn all about that when you grow up." But Tuli didn't want to wait until she grew up. She wanted to know everything right now. One day, Tuli was playing near a tall waterfall. She looked up at its thundering height and asked, "Mama, why is the waterfall so tall?" Mama Elephant was busy eating leaves, so she simply replied, "It's just how it is, Tuli. Now can't you see I'm busy?" Feeling ignored, Tuli decided to find the answer herself. She walked up to the waterfall and dipped her trunk into the cool water. "Maybe if I fill my ears with water," she thought, "I won't hear the sound anymore." But it didn't help. The waterfall roared even louder in her ears. Discouraged, Tuli sat down on a nearby rock. Suddenly, she noticed something strange. Tiny little ants were marching in a line, each carrying a crumb much bigger than themselves. Tuli watched them in fascination. Why do the ants work together? She wondered. This new question chased away her sadness. Tuli followed the ants until she found their ant hill. Peeking inside, she saw rows and rows of crumbs neatly stored in the ant hill. An idea popped into Tuli's head. Maybe she could ask the ants about the waterfall. Gathering all her courage, Tuli poked her head into the anthill and called out, "Hello, ants. Can you help me? I want to know why the waterfall is so tall." The ants stopped their work and looked up. "You want to know about the waterfall?" asked one of the senior ants. "Why do you want to know?" "Because I couldn't hear anything else with all that roaring," explained Tuli. "I want to understand the world around me." The ants were impressed by Tuli's curiosity. "Well, since you're such a good listener," said the ant, "we'll tell you all about the waterfall." The ants led Tuli to the edge of the forest. "Look," said one of the ants, pointing to a tiny opening between two trees. "The waterfall starts from that opening. It may look small from here, but it's actually a big cave." Together, Tuli and the ants walked to the cave. It was dark inside, so Tuli used her trunk to feel the walls. "Wow, it's so big," she whispered. As they walked deeper, the ground began to shake. "That's the sound of the waterfall," said one of the ants. "It's created by the biggest tree in the jungle. Its name is banyan, and its roots make the waterfall." Tuli looked up in amazement. "So the waterfall is a part of the big tree?" she asked. "Yes," said the ant, "and it grows taller as the tree grows taller. That's why it's so tall, because the tree wants to reach the sky." Suddenly, Tuli felt a strong gust of wind. She closed her eyes tight and wished she were home. When she opened her eyes, she saw the familiar trees of her home. The ants had brought her back. "Thank you," said Tuli. "Now I finally know why the waterfall is so tall." From that day on, Tuli became friends with the ants, and they often shared stories and knowledge with each other. One afternoon, Tuli was playing near the riverbank when she saw a flock of birds flying overhead. "Oh, I wish I could fly like that," she sighed. Just then, one of the birds landed on a nearby branch. Tuli quickly asked, "Can you teach me how to fly?" The bird tilted its head and asked, "Why do you want to fly?" "Because I want to see what's beyond the jungle," replied Tuli. The bird was silent for a moment. "Well," it finally said, "flying isn't just about flapping wings. It's about being free and soaring through the sky." Tuli's eyes widened. "I want to be free and strong like you," she exclaimed. The bird hopped onto Tuli's head and asked, Then why do you want to stay in the jungle? Confused, Tolly looked around. But I don't want to stay here forever, she admitted. I want to explore the world, but I'm just a little elephant. The bird ruffled Tolly's ears with its wings. Being brave isn't about your size, it said. It's about your heart. If you have a brave heart, you can achieve anything. With that, the bird took off into the sky, leaving Tolly alone by the river. Tolly thought about what the bird had said. Was she being brave by staying in the same place all the time? Or was it brave to go out into the unknown? She decided that exploring the world outside the jungle would be an adventure, so she packed a small bag with some fruits and leaves and started her journey. She walked past tall trees and across babbling brooks. She made new friends along the way, a family of playful monkeys who taught her how to climb a wise old turtle, who shared stories of the past, and a group of singing birds who showed her the best places to rest. As the sun began to set, Tolly realized she was lost and didn't know where her elephant family was. Suddenly, she heard a loud roar. Scared, she hid behind a bush. Tolly peeked out and saw a big, fierce tiger walking nearby. Slowly, the tiger approached Tolly's hiding spot. She closed her eyes tight, waiting for the worst. But instead of hurting her, the tiger nudged her gently with his nose. "Are you lost, little one?" he asked. Tolly nodded, tears welling up in her eyes. "Don't cry," said the tiger, licking her ear. "I'll take you back to your family." And with that, the tiger carried Tolly on his back and walked towards her home. When Tolly saw her mother, she ran to her and hugged her tightly. "I'm so glad you're safe," said her mother, nuzzling her. "But why did you leave the herd? Don't you know it's dangerous out there?" "I wanted to explore the world," replied Tolly, "and I learned that being brave doesn't mean staying in one place. It means facing your fears and trying new things." Her mother smiled and said, "You've grown so much today. You are truly a brave elephant, Tolly." From that day on, Tolly continued to explore the world beyond the jungle. She never forgot the lessons she learned from the ants, the birds, and the tiger. And whenever she discovered something new, she shared it with her friends, the ants, the birds, and the tiger, and they all lived happily ever after. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any of our magical stories. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and see you next time.